Okay, let's start. Last week I was still working on the program integration into Jenkins, and I'm making some progress out here. I'm posting some of the. Oh, by the way, I'm posting. I'll post some PR to manage the how to regarding to how to perform a CBT test of using against the Crimson. I'm adding you guys as a reviewer last day, so you guys should be noted that. And I suggest we perform the test using CBT before we post a PR targeting working on the Crimson, so we can avoid some potential regression in performance in future. And my next step is to continue testing the Jenkins integration. It will be very close. And after that, I will join force with Redek on the enabling of RBD and probably the log-based recovery. That's me. That's May.
Hi. When I debugging the Alien Blue Store, currently OSD make FS works, and during the OSD start, I meet some problem from the messenger and connection in the GDB debug environment. So I asked just discuss in Xing about code, and for some code, the messenger connection and the messenger to connection, in the lambda function, it's not return future explicitly. It just return a shared pointer. But he said it works. It is the right programmer. But when I changed it to return a future, the promise broken exception disappear in GDB environment. And currently, if not in GDB environment, OSD startup can work. But in GDB environment, there is a alert happened for the network reply get future. So there is a alert happened in GDB environment. But without not in GDB environment, it seems works. OSD start.
Can you paste that line, get future, that line to the chat?
Yes. Let me check. It is in the monitor client.cc 255. 254 monitor client.cc. So it is in GDB environment. This get future has the alert happened in SeaStor.
I think it assumes that in some conditions the reply can be broken. So it could be a bug in the monitor client. So the broken promise, this exception is raised to MS dispatcher set, and there's a safe abort, a safety net there to abort the program if any exception was raised from the dispatcher interface, and that's why the program aborted. So I think it may be need to, there must be a bug related to this reply promise.
So for the record, one of the things that's going on there is that it sends out
But
several requests,
only in
right?
GDB environment, GDB.
Yeah, because it changes the timing, right?
Yeah, change timing.
Right.
Can you
So,
speak? Can you set your mic higher, Sam?
maybe 1 sec. How about now? Is that better?
Better. Yeah.
Okay, so I was going to point out that those promises get canceled every time because if there are 3 monitors, it's going to send out 3 whatever requests, and the first one to win cancels the other 2. So it's entirely possible that there's a bug in that, but you'll have to debug it. I recommend debugging statements.
Dr. May, where did you set the breakpoint so I can repeat your steps?
I didn't set the breakpoint. I just execute in GDB, so it always a stop for the epoch wait something. So then they beat the assert, it stopped there. So this.
So basically, you were debugging a reactor. So run in SeaStor step by step.
Not step by step. I just use the continue. So the assert happened here in the promise get future. And promise get
Put
future.
it another way, you just launch using GDB to launch.
Use the GDB
launch
to launch
Crimson
code.
OSD.
And
it will crash out there.
Yes, it is after I modify some code in the connection, because in the connection it's not explicitly return future. Then
but
there
does
will
it
be
happen with vanilla Crimson OSD without your change?
Vanilla.
I mean,
memory store, you mean?
The original version of Crimson OSD in the master.
I didn't test the original version. I just debugging the code.
Right.
So I can test the original
yes,
version.
if you can reproduce that with the original version, that would be ideal. So I can repeat your step to find out what's going wrong with it.
Let me check some connection. Oh, messenger connection. Another one is the messenger. Sorry. This one and do connect. So in these 2 functions, there return just a return shared pointer, not explicitly return future. So I meet in the GDB environment, I meet the promise broken error. But when I explicitly return SeaStor future in GDB environment, the promise broken disappear.
Yeah, because you change the code, so the binary is changed. So it somehow the order of continuations are changed, and it causes a broken promise in the harmonic client. I think the reason is that it's like you use GDB that will change the order of the continuations.
So it's a bug, and it just happens depending on some random order of.
Yeah, so it's a bug, and it usually doesn't appear, but if some continuation order is changed, it will be triggered.
So the bug is This one, they to report the broken promise. If I didn't change explain if I didn't change return explicit future, so in these two functions, so it will report the broken promise. And currently, if not in GDB environment, the alert not happened, and OSD can start up. So I will going to continue debugging on the Riddle's bench test to see if it can do the test, because only part of the interface API is triggered in the OSD makeFS and OSD start. Some other API is not triggered, so I still need to test each API. So that's the current status.
Thanks for me, Vedek.
The biggest thing is that we are able to run RBD. We are able to handle the traffic generated by the libRBD based plugin of File at the moment with the exclusive lock feature disabled. Exclusive lock requires full notify watch mechanism, which I'm working on. However, still we do support object map and the traffic is being served. I have a pretty big branch with a few features inside. At the moment, I'm dissecting it into smaller pieces. Here it is. It also has the error concept. Last Friday and the beginning of this week, I was working on bringing some kind of compile time verified Rust chain to Aerator. Idea is to be able to pass all errors further for handling instead of being enforced to handle them immediately. Besides of that, a bunch of reviews and other smaller pull requests. That's me.
Hey, Ronan, how's it going?
Hi, not much work on Crimson this week. We had the Ceph meetup, which I was organizing in Israel, and we had Amnon, our new intern. But the one thing that did happen is that I posted, like I said last week, I posted a PR with the Unix domain sockets to SeaStor, and it was, and the review was, okay, the idea is nice, but please change. I was asked to change a few things, which require some code to change, part of the code to change. And I'm working on that, and I will issue PR soon. And then I'll start using this code. I hope that's my side.
Oh, great. Sam?
Nothing.
Ying?
I have sent out the PR of the tests and the bug fixes this week, and the question is why the Jenkins will swallow some parts of logs in its console. So Kofoot has sent me the error logs from other tests that fails the messenger test, but some part of the logs doesn't print it out. Seems it doesn't flash out to the console. So
yes, it's annoying.
yeah, it's
We
very
also,
annoying.
for some similar issues when testing RB unit test, the problem was the output of the unit test was truncated for some reason somehow, but I didn't figure out why. So it would be ideal if we can reproduce the failure locally or using the on a slave, a Jenkins slave. If you can pinpoint the unit test that fails, I can try to reproduce using using the ARM64 testability, because I don't have access to the MD64 test slaves.
Okay, so currently I just have guesses why it breaks the test. So if it happens again, I may need the complete log to identify why it happens.
Sure. By the way, after we bump up the SeaStor version, the return feature is cannot be discarded anymore. So we have a lot of warning message when compiling our unit test for Crimson OSD. So ideally, we need to audit them and comment on the either to comment on the either to fix them or cast the test the result to void and comment on the reason why we wanted to discard the return feature. That would be ideal if we can do this.
Yeah,
I usually try to enable this feature.
In Messenger, I think I have fixed or most of the future non-discard future issues, but I didn't fix the OSD part.
But
that's a commit.
I saw your commit, but ideally, I think we need to document the reason why we wanted to we want to discard the return feature. For example, we are using WithGate to ensure that the instance of the, for example, the instance of kind of the dispatcher should be outlive the continuation. So we might want to document the reason why we can discard the future.
Okay, so I will split the different kinds of scenarios to discard the futures into different commits and then send out this. Okay.
Yeah, because we consider this as the problematic approach, but
yeah, because futures should not be discarded, or there will be hanging futures, which is very dangerous.
Yeah, that's the idea. Any questions?
One maybe not a question, but a note. I started crafting a Google My Map for the SeaStor Summit. At the moment, there are only 3 places there, but I believe it can be useful for everyone if we make some common effort to put more things there, like locations of our offices, all that stuff that will be necessary during the summit.
The link doesn't work for me, by the way.
Oops, let me check.
You guys are staying at the Axiom?
Yes.
Yes, I plan to do so.
Oh, it's right by Powell Station. That's nice.
Yep, that's also my plan. Copy paste one more time. I'm pretty sure that in in the application, I set the full permission for all people having the link.
I can read it.
It's okay for you?
Works for me.
Okay, I don't know why. I get too many redirections. Okay.
But
Anyway, I'll
do you
handle
have
it offline.
JavaScript enabled? I'm seeing such effects from time to time when my NoScript plugin is blocking the stuff.
Okay, I managed to open it in a different account, not the Reddit account. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, thanks, Reda. Any other questions or comments? No? Okay. Good day and have a good night. See you next week.
Thank you.
Thank you. See you.
Bye.
Bye bye. See you.
Bye.